In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills, there lived a man named James. He was a strong and hard-working man, but his heart was heavy with anger. If someone wronged him, he never forgot. If someone insulted him, he never forgave. One day, James was walking through the market when he heard people talking about a wise teacher who had arrived in town. They called him the Buddha. They said he had the power to bring peace to troubled hearts. James scoffed at the idea. "No words can change a man's heart," he muttered. Still, curiosity gnawed at him. The next morning, he went to the large tree where the Buddha was teaching. A small crowd sat around the teacher, listening quietly. James stepped forward. His voice was sharp. "You speak of peace and forgiveness," he said. "But why should I forgive someone who has hurt me? Don't they deserve to suffer?" The Buddha looked at James with calm eyes. "Let me tell you a story," he said. "There was once a traveler who set out on a long journey. As he walked, he found a large stone in his path. He was angry that the stone blocked his way, so he picked it up. Instead of throwing it aside, he put it in his bag. As he continued his journey, he found more stones, each one representing a person who had wronged him. Some were small, like a rude word from a stranger. Others were heavy, like betrayal from a friend. With every stone, his bag grew heavier. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. The traveler became slower. His back ached, his legs trembled, but still, he refused to let go of the stones. He told himself he would carry them forever. One day, he met a wise old man sitting beneath a tree. Seeing the traveler struggling, the old man asked, "Why are you carrying such a heavy load?" The traveler replied, "These stones remind me of those who have wronged me. I will not forget their betrayals." The old man smiled and said, "And who suffers from this weight?" "Them, are you." The traveler fell silent. He looked at the heavy bag on his back, then at the open road ahead. Slowly, he took out one stone and placed it on the ground. Then another, and another. With each stone he let go, he felt lighter. For the first time in years, he walked freely, unburdened by the weight he had carried for so long. The Buddha turned to James. "Anger and resentment are like stones. The more you carry them, the heavier your heart becomes. Forgiveness is not about the other person, it is about setting yourself free." James stood still. He imagined the weight of his own anger, the burden he had carried for years. Slowly, he nodded. For the first time, he understood. As he walked away, the morning sun felt warmer, the air felt lighter. And though those who had wronged him still existed in the world, James no longer carried them in his heart. Letting go of anger is not weakness. It is the greatest strength.